BagFuel, baby.
Oh man, Laura Mora's here with us.
Yo, what's up, Heineken? What's
Sneaker
up? Hey,
aficionado.
time out, because I say Heineken like I like the beer. How do you pronounce your name for
You
sure?
said it the right way.
Okay. But it's not spelled Heineken, though.
You don't fuck with me no more. You just say what's
Oh,
up.
I'm
with
sorry,
him.
but
Like,
it just called me. I just wanted to
damn.
make sure I said his name right. But, of course,
Yeah.
SO.
All right, nice
Hey,
to see you
SO is
again.
about to dead me, y'all.
As he should, yo.
He should.
Don't
Thank you
even-
for
don't
being
even say
patient.
that. Don't say that.
This is a new
Don't
installment.
say that. We got lip service and a representative of lip service
That
in the
part.
building.
That's funny. You're the only person I had that wasn't there when I sat in on lip service. I was there with Steph and Gigi and L'Oreal and Angela. We still waiting for y'all to bring Esso and myself up
I got to
there.
work on that. I'm definitely gonna work on that.
Angela Yee ain't bringing us on.
Yes,
that
she
show.
is.
Why?
Yes, she is.
She don't fuck with us.
I mean,
She was been supposed to listen, and Heineken knows this. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to say it. Before we was even blowing up, when we had it on, I said, yo, when lip service come back, can I, just come up there, come see you work? She, of course.
but I mean, and that's still, have you guys follow up since then?
Come on, stop. She's pro-women. It's okay. She told me on the show that she's pro-women.
No,
it's all right.
it's not that. Yesterday, we literally had we did an episode yesterday. Oh God, they're gonna kill me. I forgot the name of they don't have a podcast. They do like street interviews. Like, it's a group of 3 guys. They just did an event called
It's dirty, yo.
Godfest.
It's dirty out here, yo.
Y'all should have had us on there then.
But that's what I'm saying. It's still space.
They don't gotta have.
It's gonna
us
happen
on.
because
Listen,
Dan owns me a favor.
I'm not into that asking multiple times,
No,
bro.
no.
It's not
I'm just
that.
saying
They
that
shouldn't have had us on. Let them have the street merchants on.
No, wait, it's not that.
Let
Hold
them
on.
have the
you don't
street
even know who
merchants
you
on.
had on.
That's
I do
my
know.
point.
I just cannot remember the name of the group. I know they did Guile Fest. It's like GYAL Fest on
Let's
Sunday.
start. This is getting worse by the minute.
And they have,
this is getting worse by the minute. Let's
know, I'm not
start.
saying your name.
How does it feel? Let's start. Let's skip all that. All right. How did it feel to be the last member right now to come on to lip service with your comfort and everything?
Man, it took a while. I'm still super nervous every time I'm there. I'm on the platform or we're doing the podcast. How it feels right now, I'm more confident. I feel more comfortable. At times I still struggle, especially when we have like huge celebrity guests, because I'm new to the interviewing and being able. And then it's like 5 of us on there. So it's really hard to be able to get a word in and not interrupt and just remember of all the etiquettes when it comes to doing a podcast. People watch and think like, oh, you didn't speak enough. Why you didn't say this? Why you didn't say that? I'm like, do you guys understand? You have to make sure you're looking at the camera correctly. You have to make sure you're not cutting the next person off. You got to make sure you get to your question quick. You got to make sure you get through your story quick. So it's a lot going on while you're actually filming this. But now I'm way more comfortable. At the beginning, I was just thankful and grateful to get the opportunity to even be in that space.
Gotcha.
Because for me to be able to do this for the first time, not my first time, because I did do my own podcast in Miami, but another thing that's really hard, and I don't know if you guys know, is like when you're working on a podcast with other individuals, it's always somebody that's kind of messing up the flow or, not showing up on time or don't want to film on this day, then you got to do this day. So that happened with my podcast in Miami. But coming into this space was huge for me because it's already one of the top, if not the top podcast, I'm just saying, out there. But it was nerve-wracking. Hello, I have Angela Yee, who is like Radio Hall of Fame for, I think, my friend. Not because she's my friend. I think she is the best to do it. I love her interview styles, how she makes sure. Some people interview for clout. They try to get that viral moment despite the guest, how the guest is going to look. I love the way she asks questions. I love the way she reiterates the question when they answering the question in a crazy way that she know it's going to sound crazy. But I'm, again, blessed to be able to be on that space with her. Now we got Jasmine on there as well. So it's like these are 2 top people who's been doing this for a while. So it was nerve-wracking. I was doubting myself a lot. At times I felt like, I don't know what I'm doing. I suck at this, but I just went back and I watched the episodes and they kept telling me, don't read the comments. Don't read the comments.
Me, we talked about that, but you go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, but this is my thing. Like, initially, I was reading the comments for constructive criticism because some of the comments some people, yeah, you're gonna have your
trolls,
and all of that. But some people really, I wish she'll speak more, or wow, I wish they'll give her a chance. So then I would use that, and when I'm on the show, it'll click in my head, so I'll notice when I'm being too quiet.
You know what I see when I watch you on the show? Because I don't watch much content. But when I see people that I know, you're thinking about everything you want to say.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can look at your face and be like, yo, she's trying to put the right words. She wants to come across the right way. I really want to say it this way, but I don't want people to look at me. And I see.
It don't matter.
You can't work. That's the problem. And I'm watching. I just started doing this shit too. I'm 3 years in, and I was nervous too. I used to have to drink, smoke weed. My mouth would get pasty, and it would just be me and him in my god sister's back room, and nobody cared about us. And I was nervous as soon as that camera popped on. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna thoroughly be me. I'm picking and choosing what I'm going to be me with, and then I'm trying to give the right answer. Then I just said, I don't give a damn about the right answer. I'm going to give the answer that I feel. Yeah. And everything started to kind of change from there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then just perspectives and opinions. And like he said, like I definitely did that a lot. I'm better now, but then now it goes back to being that the type of conversations we have are, I'm not used to having those conversations on camera for a million people to see. So
what kind of conversations?
Sex.
Yeah.
Come on. We're not
conversations that we
such as?
Conversations that I'm not going to say I do have, but in private. Because as women, we get back, like you guys can have this podcast and have those conversations, and you're not going to get the back.
Yes, we are.
Not as bad as we are.
Yes,
the way they come at
do.
us.
The women. Yo,
what are they coming at you for?
So
what
it's just kind of
things?
like, these old women ain't got nothing to do. They too old to be talking about this. All they talk
Standard
about is
shit.
this, that, and that.
What is specific?
That. I'm an old nigga.
So right.
That's standard shit.
Yeah, like one clip that went viral of mine. It was like, she has a son, because I mentioned like, I'm more comfortable, so sometimes I forget we're being recorded. So I just speak and I just start talking about my situations or history, and I'll mention my son. I mention my son, and I mention my 22-year-old son.
Okay.
I said that because it's like I had a kid. I always speak about I was a teen mom. I had a kid at 16. So I didn't say it like putting my son out there. I mentioned that my 22-year-old son's dad, when I was with him and we were having sexual intercourse, I didn't know that as a woman at 16, I didn't know that we're supposed to orgasm during intercourse. I only orgasm when he gave me head. That's the only time, because I didn't know at that age.
Is it cum or orgasm? Because they two totally different things.
Well, it's orgasm.
Orgasm is hard.
Yeah, but
to
orgasm
get to.
is
Coming
is
different.
Coming. But you guys come, and that's...
No, but orgasm, when you coming, it's different than when you busting a nut. Come on, stop.
Right, so there's a difference between coming and busting a nut?
No, coming and orgasm. Orgasm is not...
So you guys don't get orgasms?
It's not just coming. It's very rare that niggas have pussy that's going to make them orgasm. We coming. Orgasm is an out-of-body, coming hard experience. It's different.
Well,
You're
I have
bugging.
that
That's
all
not,
the time.
But this is what I'm
You
saying.
say you all the time?
Well, when
God
when
bless
I have,
you.
I mean, when I have sexual intercourse, it's always going to be with someone that already, I have this chemistry and this passion.
You don't know that when you fuck them the first time, though.
Well, I'm not going to fuck them if they're already not putting me in that vibe. I mean.
So what gets you to that vibe then? He got to spend money on you.
Hey, y'all, this is not lip service.
I'm just saying.
Yo, this is BagFuel. We talk about whatever.
What gets me to that? It's just the energy, and it's just a chemistry between me and the person.
Chemistry is a mean motherfucker that people underestimate.
Yeah.
I say it all the time.
Yes.
You could like a bitch.
Yeah.
You could be married to her. You could be your girlfriend, but you have chemistry with somebody else, and that chemistry overtakes a lot of shit. Chemistry will have a girl be like, I don't give a fuck what nigga, what chick the nigga's with.
Exactly.
I don't care. Chemistry will have a nigga saying, I don't give a fuck where Laura's going, as long as when you come back here, we rocking.
Chemistry has kept toxic relationships together longer than anything else.
That
Money,
is so true.
loyalty, and I've said this too. Especially when it comes to black people, the only time we value chemistry is with sex.
Is chemistry, if it's toxic, is it really chemistry?
Just because it's bad for you doesn't mean there isn't a connection. Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
So that's true, because I mean, once a relationship don't start off toxic.
No, it's always honeymoon.
There's things that happen that leads up to the toxicity, and to me, when it's leading up to the toxicity, that chemistry is gone.
When you have chemistry, we're gonna speak vague, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you've had chemistry with somebody, right? The toxicity comes from emotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily come from anything that I have done wrong, right? Is that toxic relationships to me are men and women that do shit wrong, and you
overlook it.
You turn a blind eye to it and you go back. Now, chemistry is totally different. If I got chemistry with you, I ain't trying to hurt you. There's no reason for me to be, there's no reason. Cause why? Because I got real chemistry with you. But I'm not going to toxic land.
But are you overlooking because the chemistry is so high and so euphoric?
Well, no, because it's what he's saying. Like, once, okay, if this is the thing, I could have chemistry with you, and I can't speak for men. I could speak for myself only, right? We can start off, and the chemistry could be amazing, right? And in my end, I still have that chemistry with you, but something in him may change and he'll switch up. Like I said, it's like y'all gotta have like that 3 months expiration where like you're fit. Like, how were you all into this and we had this great...
He wasn't. He was into the box. He was into how you look. The chemistry was you look good, and I think that the pussy's good.
Sexual aroma.
Now we can have sexual chemistry. I'm talking about real chemistry. When like we could be in a we could be in a fucking bedroom and be watching a movie on silent. And we together. And we together. We have sex 3 to 4 times a day, not because we trying, because it happens.
It happens.
That's chemistry. When you have that, you're protecting that like you got a rifle and a gun on your lap. You're not trying to make that toxic. You're trying to keep that. You need that love and that chemistry to remain where it is. Now, where I take it a toxic turn is, I know I'm knocking her head off with my dick, and I'm gonna fuck these other bitches too.
But here's the
thing.
Right,
and that's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing. The honeymoon never stays the same, no matter how hard you try.
Right.
You get complacent, not because you don't appreciate the person. That's just life. Familiarity breeds a level of disrespect. That's just because we're humans, not because we're disrespectful. So if I'm around you for 10 years, I'll still have that vigor, but there's going to be times it ain't going to be like when we was in our first 2 years, unless I'm bugging.
For me, I don't think that you're bugging because you know I'm different.
You are?
I don't come in no relationship with anybody in that way. Right? When you meet me, you got everything from me. Right?
You start at 100.
You start at 100 with me. I'm lit. When you start doing stupid shit,
I'm the same way.
Then I start saying, you know what? I'm not gonna take Laura out for dinner every week no more. Right. Right now, we just fucking. Because you acting stupid. You know what I'm saying? Now you got me looking around like, what's going on? But you at 100. But my chemistry. I agree. I'm saying because. I can say this, Laura knows my wife, everybody knows, I've been with a lot of women. There's no fucking secret about it. I've been with a lot of women. Chemistry with them, 5. I had to think about it the other day. 5. Out of, I've just slept with at least 1,000, at least over 1,000 women. Wow. Easy. When?
No, I said what?
I started having sex.
You're in the music business, Laura. That's not a crazy number.
That you are
I got head for the first time at 12. Fuck the music business. I was a star basketball player and athlete.
No, but the number she's hearing.
Yeah, but she don't know before I left.
Wait, you got head for the first time at 12?
At 12.
Was it from a girl your age or an older
She was
woman?
13.
Oh, okay.
It's always older.
That was my first girlfriend, but she wasn't my girlfriend yet. But we didn't have sex. I lost my virginity at 13.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? But I started school uptown. I got recruited to play ball, and I started high school at 13. So I was a 13-year-old with a bunch of chicks from the Bronx and uptown. It was crazy. Before I left school, I had sex with 300-400 girls. Easy.
Wow.
Easy. College, menages, all types of shit, running trains.
You had your hands full.
The music business. I started throwing parties at 17 in college. Parties. Okay?
Wow.
Now I was throwing shows. So when you got people coming down, I was already a star basketball player that lost scholarships. So I knew people from around the country at 15 years old.
So you lost your virginity from head for the first time.
I don't think that
God ain't counting.
that ain't
How
losing
does
my
that not
virginity.
count?
I lost my
men?
virginity at 13 when I got some pussy.
That's when you lose your virginity.
And she was swallowing the nut at 13 and everything.
No way.
Yo,
what's
That's
up, Laura?
crazy. There
When's
was
the first time you swallowed?
I don't swallow. Not saying I would never do it. I don't swallow. And that's the conversation.
You've never
So
found your soulmate.
This is a thing on the show where it's like when everyone talk about that, and I believe everyone on the cast have swallowed. And when I say, I'm like, no, I don't swallow. They're like, how you don't swallow? You had a baby at 16. I'm like, I hope there isn't 16. First of all, I just said I didn't even know I was able to orgasm during intercourse. I thought it was just while giving head. Because I didn't know. I wasn't having sex. I was having sex for him, not for me. And I didn't know my body. Okay. At 16, you don't know. So I was like, I hope there isn't 16-year-olds out there swallowing.
you're bugging.
Yo,
But
what?
you saying
You're
this, I'll be
bugging.
like, what?
Laura,
16?
and you're from Miami?
And I didn't even know
Hold on,
you were
you're from
supposed
Miami?
to do that.
Hold on, you're from Miami?
I'm from Brooklyn, but I live in Miami. I'm
From
from both. I'm from both.
I say she's from both.
I'm from both.
She's been in Miami a long
and
Yeah, I've been
Brooklyn,
in Miami
don't
for a
do
while.
that. Just them two places alone, everybody's advanced.
Well, you know what? I left Brooklyn when I was 14.
Okay.
And I got to Miami. I'm not gonna lie. When
You
I
was in a
left,
nightclub already?
I learned more about sex
In
and all
Miami.
of that
Yeah,
in
hell yeah.
Miami.
Hell
And
yeah.
I feel it's because Miami is more, it's the South.
It's the country.
It's the country.
They have
Everything's
sex
all
for a
ain't really shit to
living.
do.
Let me tell you something. At 14 years old, girls are already in the nightclub and VIP in Miami.
Well, I believe that now.
Yo, even back then, they was in there. I knew a girl by the time she was 19, she was already
Think
finished.
about when Trina did Nan. Trina was a baby.
She was 18.
Yeah.
She was a baby.
Yeah.
To what people was talking about right now, Trina did Nan and she was a baby. Little Kim talking about drinking babies and she was a baby,
Yeah.
nigga.
And I was
What are you
rapping
talking
them lyrics.
about?
Ain't know what the fuck I was
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying. It starts out
No licky
early.
licky, no sticky sticky. I didn't
See,
know what the hell.
But you know what's so funny? She don't be this loose on lip service.
Nah, she
if
don't.
she was on lip service
Like this, it'd
she
be
would
up.
No, she would be trying to be on some. Not really.
Not really. No, Angela, you sure?
I don't really know about that. Niggas is looking at her like, you had a baby 16, you're sucking dick, you done did this, stop.
We seen your
acting crazy.
Instagram. You're in a bikini.
I
You're in
I be
Miami.
looking at this shit, I be like, why is she acting like she don't know none of this shit?
But no, and then I say, I'm not saying I would never swallow. I just feel like
You haven't met your soulmate.
that's not and that's not something they're like, oh, but your kids.
Yo, he's losing his mind.
I had my child at 16 and thought he was my soulmate. No fucking way.
What happened?
Then had my 12-year-old, thought that was my guy. No freaking way. And it just, just happened.
So you just bad at picking niggas?
That could be
That
true.
could
People
be
don't
it,
be.
too.
I mean,
and not picking because I don't pick nobody. It is what it is. I'm not gonna go looking for.
how about the
anything.
niggas that you're attracted to?
And I've tried that.
You like
and
street
I switched
niggas.
that up.
You
I
like street
switched-
niggas.
You like street
not
niggas?
really. I'm scared of them.
Is both your baby daddy street niggas?
No.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I don't think like a street guy.
You scared of street niggas?
Not like necessarily scared. And when you say street guys, what do you mean?
Nigga, you know what street
Criminals.
nigga is.
Don't do that.
She's back to lip service. She's back. She's
What,
back to lip
what do we
service.
call a street nigga? Because
nigga-
there's niggas that act like they street niggas,
not
but they
talking
really
about
not street
like-
niggas.
I'm
We're
not
not
talking
talking
about
about
act like. Do you like street
But
niggas?
what
street
makes you a
nigga.
street nigga? Like,
Okay, all right.
Like, I got a homegirl
I'm
who-
gonna say this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I'm a hood nigga. You know why I'm not a street nigga? I don't sell drugs.
See?
I'm a hood nigga, and I'm glad to be a hood nigga. Don't get it fucked up, okay? I don't sell drugs. I don't want to kill nobody, and I tell everybody the truth.
See, so then I got it right. I'm scared of street niggas because of all of those things there. Like, I never want to get caught in a situation where I'm at your house and they came and robbed you and shot up your shit. And
That don't make your pussy wet?
No.
It makes a lot of
I
girls
do have
pussy.
a friend, though, like, she only fucking with niggas that got bodies. And I'm like,
yes, and it
what?
makes her pussy wet.
Yes, my girl.
Do I know her?
Who, I don't even want to know her fucking name.
No,
Let her
I
be
want to
where
know
she's
this
at.
girl. Put her Instagram in for me. We ain't gonna.
Why you ain't gonna contact her?
You a straight
Get out of here.
Cause she ain't gonna reply if you ain't like she fucks with nothing but street niggas. And I mean, dude,
What?
don't make no
This is
sense.
BagFuel.
You ain't gonna.
Oh, I'm
call
gonna
her?
hit her up.
Yeah, okay.
she has to accept you.
We'll wait.
Let me look. I might know her.
You don't know her.
You don't know Laura Mora's friends.
You don't
Trust
know
me.
her.
I sent the request. Yeah, I don't know her.
And when you see her content, like she posts shit that I'll be like,
Don't worry.
damn, bitch, you
So
did
tell
that.
me something. Let's get on a little BagFuel topic, right? What's your plan to make some money?
Oh my God, I have so much shit going on
Let's go
right
for it.
now. Well, right now, my money maker is I'm the general manager for Coffee Uplifts People for the brand. That's Angela's brand, and is so much going on right now within the brand. It's like it's a year and a half, I believe. In November, we're gonna be 2 years. And the all of the opportunities that has come in, and we've had to jump on because opportunities come, you're gonna take them.
Yeah.
You got to be ready no matter what. And so we just got into Target, and it's been so much work behind that. We're already in all Whole Foods. We have 2 pop-up locations in Soho, one at Daily Paper, the other, that's right, Daily Paper. And
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that.
Yes, and the other one, it's because we kind of like, we're a lifestyle. We integrate and collaborate with fashion, community, arts, music. Yeah, it's Coffee Uplifts People.
You don't know
It's
about,
in you.
Ghosts
Oh,
don't
you
drink coffee.
sleeping?
We can go. We were supposed to actually.
I thought we were gonna film there.
We were gonna film her there.
Yeah.
Well,
That was the
part
whole
2 would be
plan.
there.
Well,
Yeah,
you ain't
so
got,
right-
you ain't got no time for be
But
no
this
part
is what I'm
2.
saying. Like with Coffee Uplifts People,
Like with the cat poop coffee, like what kind of is it?
the what coffee?
It's gourmet. They serve breakfast
Baby.
there.
Is the cat poop coffee?
No.
First of all, we roast our own beans. We get our beans directly from Ethiopia, directly from Peru, directly from Mexico.
The most expensive coffee bean. It comes from it's like a cat in the Amazon that poops it out, and they get it it's fermented in a certain way because of.
Now we don't want.
Nah,
They
I'm
don't
good
have
on that,
cat
bro.
poop coffee.
I'm good with our.
That shit is like $2,500 a cup.
Oh, great.
Cat
Yo,
poop
But-
Angela,
We
Laura,
are
start selling
about
that. Oh, yeah.
We are about to take over the world with this brand, and right now
Hipster
this
coffee.
brand is where my focus is at because I know where it's going. Like, I'm just grateful and thankful to be able to build with the brand, to
So
grow
does she
with
get-
the brand.
So does she give y'all percentages inside the brand? So when it goes into the stores, do you eat or you just general manage the brick and mortar?
Well, I general manage all the brick and mortars. The goal is I'm gonna do the first franchise.
Okay.
So that's what my main reason for getting into it is just being around her. And I'm the type of person, whatever my friends and my peoples have going on, however I can help or be an asset to that. I'm not the friend that's just gonna
Day to day for the brick and mortar. Like, what do you have to do? Like,
manage staff. I got to manage sales. I got to make sure we're meeting our sales goals. I have to make sure I'm putting policies and processes in place to make sure things go smooth. Number one is customer service, hospitality. That's something that we're known for. And I'm just that. I'm a service person. My love language is service.
So why you ain't married with a nigga if your love language is service?
Because niggas don't appreciate and niggas take that shit for granted.
How do they?
I'm just curious because she's
They
saying she's
and
a
I'm
service
saying
nigga.
and I had to, because people are like, oh, I'm not gonna change who I am and the way I love for a person because this person is not okay. Cool, there's gonna be whoever my person is out there.
I thought
Okay.
the reason why I asked Ghost is because when I see a lot of women getting money, they don't care about a relationship. You follow what I'm saying? So that's why I said if she's so of service and doing all this with the company,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a man that will want a woman that would be of service to them as well. So I just was curious because I do see a lot of women choosing their money over their nigga.
Yeah, I would never do that.
You
Because
never
you
do
have
what?
to have you have to have a balance, and I have a lot of friends who are extremely successful, and I'm so happy, I'm so inspired, and so, but I necessarily don't want that level of success
does
because
any of them have a
it
nigga?
comes with sacrifices
No
and
nigga.
certain things that a woman have to sacrifice for that amount of success and that amount of money is stuff that when you're working, you out here doing this, you turn around, you this age, and damn, but I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Now you're worried about, so I am not trying to be a billionaire. I'm just trying to be happy. I'm trying to be able to take care of my kids, be able to support my loved ones. I want to be comfortable, be able to pay my shit. If I want to go shop, do this, do that with no worries in the world. But I necessarily am not trying to be in the space of being successful to the point where I lose.
What does a man have to bring to you then?
Support, love, support, love, and I have kids, so of course they got to be a great example for my boys.
How about
and
money?
I have boys.
You didn't mention money.
And of course, successful. You have to have
What's
money,
the minimum
but
he has
you
to
don't
make?
have to be. See, I don't like talking about minimums and things
There's a
like
number,
that.
Laura.
Obviously, you got to make what I'm making a little bit more. If
What's-
you're making
what's-
if you're making less,
How did what?
well, I
does
haven't
it-
even. You guys don't even know what bracket of what I'm making
Go
is
on.
at. It may,
No, but this is my point. It doesn't matter for us, right? It don't matter what you making. I like
Right.
you. You're supportive and all
Right.
that, right? The amount of money you're making is secondary to me.
Mm-hmm.
If we're doing stuff together and you can
Exact-
pay
yeah.
and you can pay for what we're going to,
Right.
I'm not even asking
Asking.
you how much do you make. So for
I
somebody
would
to-
never ask a man
so-
how much he
but-
makes.
But, that,
First,
but,
that
that,
wouldn't
but
be the
that's my
first thought.
point. But that's my point. It's like, who the fuck? If a woman sits down and asks you
Right.
how much you make, get the fuck up and leave,
Right.
That's
nigga.
it.
That's
First
your
of all,
instant-
a man the thing, and because I'm in this lifestyle and my friends are, Angela Yee and,
Jasmine Brand,
Jasmine
Gigi
and all of them,
McGuire and all that.
and even aside of them, I have so many other, Soraya. Like, I've always been blessed, may not be blessed with money, but opportunities and be surrounded around money makers, around successful, hungry women who's out there getting their money. And I watch and I observe and I learn, and I've grown. And this is not just now. Like, I've been around, I know his wife since I was 19, probably a 20. And I was working at Dress Code. And the way she hustled and her professional, and she used to teach me, and this is how you got to do it. Use what you got, and don't have to use it in a way like a sexual thing, but you're a people's person. People are attracted to you when they walk in. People love talking to you. You could sell them that lamp right there for $1,000. Then what was the name of the monkey jeans? What was the name of the monkey
I didn't
jeans?
even know her back then.
Yo,
Red Monkey?
yes.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yo.
even know her back then.
I used to sell, and them things was 1,000.
Yeah, they was up.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I learned she's a G. She's smart as hell. Like, I've always been blessed to be around. And I wasn't, raised with my mother. I never really had family women that I could look at and say, oh, that's what a woman's supposed to move like. Oh, this is how a woman's supposed to deal with a man. I never had that. I learned that from just being in the right place and just God blessing me to be around all these people.
I'm gonna ask you and Esso this question. Safari said that as a man, if you're getting child support from a woman, you're not a real man. What's your thoughts on this?
It's situational. Because if you're a man, if we decided to break up and we agreed or whatever, and the child is in your care full time and you don't have, like, you get what I'm saying? You actually need the child support. It's a necessity in order for my kid. Then, yeah, and I'm able to do that, and we decided that he's with you, yeah.
Why does
should.
he have to need it? If the kid is
Even
with him,
because
don't he
I-
get
but
it
we're
automatically
talking
like
about
the woman?
We're talking about child support regardless. If my son, like right now that I'm here in New York, because all my, again, Coffee Uplifts People, my personal brand as well, and everything, all my opportunities, everything is here right now, right? And my son just turned 12. So when he turned 12, well, actually when he went to the 6th grade, he's in the 7th grade, which this was last year. I've been here a year and a half now.
Yeah.
I decided that when he started junior high school that he needs to be with his father. Most of the time now, because he's going into middle school, he's a boy, and I have a 22-year-old. So I learned from that, trying to be super mom and no, I got him, I could do this. A woman can't, and I'm not saying can't because some have, but it's a boy, especially at that age, needs his father.
Understood.
Needs more time with his father. And since I decided that I no longer want to be in this situation, my son shouldn't have to be penalized for not having that men authority around. So we started off with, you know what, let's change it. And the school is literally 3 minutes away from his. It just made more sense, and it was better for my son to be with his father at his father's house. I live an hour away from the school. He lives 3 minutes away. Why am I going to be selfish and have him 1 week getting up an hour and a half early to go to school, and then another week waking, it was messing up his routine. There was no stability, and it was affecting his school work and things like that. So we decided, Monday through Fridays, he could be throughout the school year, he's with you, because I know I'm mom. So I'm disciplined, but I'm mom.
Do you give him child support?
He took himself to court and got child support and ended up having it. And I don't want to get too much into that, but.
So he paid child support when you had your son?
Because he took
I got you.
himself
No,
to
I
court.
got you.
No, we understand that.
No,
I would have never done it because, listen, I'm going to take care of mine. I'm not forcing no man to take care of what, you know what I'm saying, what God blessed you
But
with.
if he said, yo, I got him now all the time, and I need you to send me $500 a month, that would be cool for you?
I said, okay, let's go. I mean, if I can and I'm able to, and that's not going to, yeah, let's go.
You wouldn't have no resentment?
No.
That was a long pause.
No, but you missing the whole thing.
If he's making enough that he can do this, and he knows that I'm out here really now, because this is my first time in my life that I've had help like that, like fully being in his son's life. Like, I had my kid at 16. My mom left me a month after my kid was born. So it's been me and this boy since the age of 16, me doing everything on my own. No, ain't no village, no none of that. My village was his dad's part of the family, but they wasn't like,
Can I ask a real question? Because I don't like talking about this relationship stuff because it gets sticky with women, right? That 22-year-old got nothing to do with the 12-year-old. Right? So the 22-year-old, yeah, you encountered that. But the 12-year-old's father is there. Not that the 22-year-old
100%.
isn't. The 12-year-old's father is there. Now, it's great that a woman gets to say, I have a choice on if I'm going to give this nigga the money. Right? Because if it's vice versa, even if he didn't take himself, he took himself to court because he probably thought it was going to be cheaper for him than to pay.
It wasn't even that why he took me to court. He
wanted to get a blood test?
No, it was that can't believe that I decided to say I don't, and that the bitterness and
that you didn't want to be with him no more.
And I don't know his reasonings, and it was a lot, and we're doing so great right now.
He ain't gonna see the show.
He gonna see this one. He gonna see this one.
Okay.
The algorithm gonna be like, yo,
listen,
nigga.
I'm just talking shit.
I think because we had just broken up, and I'm the type of woman that if I'm in a relationship and I'm with you, I'm gonna give that a chance. I know you're gonna mess up this and that, and I was with him for 5 years. But when I turned around and I looked back, and I don't want to get into details, I went through a lot, mentally, physically, and it just got to the point where I was so messed up because of the situation that my kids started seeing that. My 12-year-old, at the time.
He wasn't 12, but I got you.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it started affecting them, and they started seeing the arguing and the going back and forth and this and that. So it was just like, you know what? 2 years before I finally decided to leave, I was already emotionally gone. So there was no sex. Like the last year, I wasn't having, because I couldn't, because I wasn't emotionally there at all. But in his mind, he thought that I just was never gonna go nowhere because I loved him so much. So I think me leaving was kind of like, and it was anger, it was upset. I can't believe you leaving, and this is, all of this. Oh, you don't want a family, because if you wanted a family, you'll stay here. Things like that. But it's like I said, that relationship to me, I feel like God put me in that relationship to be a blessing for not just him, but also his mother, who passed away when my son was 3. And that was he was 36 when we had my son.
And he was 16?
I was 26. This is my second child.
Second child. I'm sorry.
I was 26. That's how I had my child 16 and I had one 26. His mother passed away. We didn't even know she had cancer. Stage 4 cancer. But when I was pregnant, she was so happy. It was like, oh my God, I pray for this. I pray for God. And I don't know if she knew and just wasn't telling anybody. But it was just like, I prayed for this. And I got pregnant 3 months after being with him. You know, and that's from 10 years gap of not having a kid. And then I was engaged to, I was in a relationship that I was pregnant and I aborted because I refused to bring a child into what I brought I was really conscious about the effects of the decisions I had on my son. So I wasn't trying to do that. And I feel like that child was a blessing. She got to meet him. She got to spend, and my son is crazy about his grandmother. You know, I felt like that child gave her another year or two of life. You know, and as far as my son's dad, who knew his mother had stage 4 cancer, passed away. So my son was his rock. That was his comfort. That was his, you know, so I took everything because it's like, God, like I did everything. I love this man. I supported this man. You know, I've been here. Why is he not, you know, why aren't we living together? Why aren't we getting married? It's 5 years. Why are we not living in the same house? You know, I started looking at those things. And I'm the type of woman, I'm never going to ask a man to pay I'm going to pay it. Again, I've been in these streets since 16. I'm going to survive because I've always had to make sure I had a roof over my kid's head. But just because I'm not asking, it's not that I'm not observing what's going on, you know.
What's your thoughts, Esso, as a man who's dealing with? Do you think?
I think anybody that takes care of the kids, the other person should be giving money and doing whatever.
But do you agree with Safari that you're not a real man if you're getting child support from a woman?
Why would the fuck would I care what the fuck Safari say?
I'm just making sure.
It's what the fuck I'm trying to figure out.
Just making sure.
I don't give a fuck what Safari say. Safari live a make-believe life on Love and Hip Hop, nigga. I'm not taking no guidance from this nigga. Fuck are you talking about, nigga? I'm talking about real life shit. If I'm home taking care of the kid and you get to live your life, do whatever you want, yo, bust me down. Even when the last year when I wasn't speaking to my daughter, I paid all my child support to my baby moms up until I wasn't supposed to pay no more. All right? When I heard she graduated and all that, child support stopped. And I wasn't going to keep paying it. And I talked to my cousin Joy, and Joy was like, that's not even you. You are the type of person that you're going to deal with your responsibility. So if you don't got to pay all the other money for the proms and all this other stuff that you would be paying for, just send your child support so your conscience could be clear. Yeah. She need to eat. Yeah, she need clothes. $500 a month ain't nothing fucking crazy, but that was my responsibility. Right. And that's why when I used to pay that, you know me, I would be taking my daughter, buying her shit. I would come to my daughter and be like, yo, I got a check. What do you need? Right. Let's go buy some shit. Why? Because I knew her mother had her. I didn't think $500 was a great big deal, especially the lifestyle that we live. So I tried to incorporate more things, dinners for her, clothes for her, trips for her. Oh, well, you're going on a trip with them? I'm going to give you $500 to just go on a trip with them for your pocket. That's how I treated her. So, yeah. Safari, what the fuck he talking about? Right. You know why? Because he's not taking care of no kids by himself. If he was, he would be looking for somebody, the mother, to say, yo, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm picking them up, and you're not gonna contribute anything. That's what a man's supposed to do. Take dick. And don't deal and don't have no problem with it. Keep on going. Put your head up in the air, because that's what a father's supposed to do. That's trash. That is not what a father's supposed to do. He's supposed to give love. He's supposed to guide and be in that kid's life. Everything else is not a general responsibility on this parent or this person.
Yeah, because we both made that decision to do this. So I'm going to pick up. I mean, I'm actually thinking back with my oldest. I try to come back to New York because for some reason I know my life. I was going to end up in New York, period. So I ended up moving here, trying, it's like, let me move, because Miami is hard. Miami is hard, especially if you don't
it's harder than New York?
Hell yeah.
I've heard that in the past 3 years.
New York has way more opportunities than Miami.
Okay.
You get around in New York.
Yeah, you
can get around. You can do shit in New York without money.
And there's jobs. There's jobs, and the jobs pay better, way more. than Miami. So
But it costs more
it's
here
like,
too.
but this is the thing. Miami, the cost of living is one of the highest right now, right? But the jobs don't match that unless you are a
Hustling.
business owner, a hustler, a scammer, a popping pussy, or won't fuck for money, like that kind of stuff. But for a person who just want to earn a traditional living, it's in Miami. It's
not
damn near impossible. And not saying that nobody has done it, because it is, but it's really hard. So I was saying, and at that I was young. I was like 20. I'm like, God, no mother there, father, no fat. I'm like, let me go back to New York, because I was already mad how I was moved to New York. My mom moved me to New York. No choice, no nothing.
How'd you get to Miami?
To Miami.
Yeah. Oh,
so
your mother moved
my
you to
mom,
Miami.
yeah, because my sister was accepted into the University of Miami. So my mom.
You got a sister? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 4.
Okay.
For what? Sisters?
My 2 brothers and a sister.
Oh, okay.
And then I have a sister, from my father's side, and probably a couple of brothers from my dad. I don't know. But
He was rocking.
oh, it's my dad. But I said all of that to say I moved here because I was like, okay, you know what? He has his mom and all his family who's super supportive here. I'm going to go ahead and leave my son here. My son was like 4 or 5. I was like, you know what? Let me go to New York and try, because I had family here, not blood family, but people who are my family, my cousins, Neek, Moidam, love them to death. I was like, let me go back. And they was like, yo, come back. You can stay with us. So I came back here. And that's when, y'all remember the Cherry Lounge back in...
Clue owned Cherry Lounge.
That's
we just
right.
Talked about
That's
this.
how... And that's what I'm saying.
Clue,
We had
Timberland,
to...
Aton.
Yes.
We just talked about this.
That's right.
Me and
That's
Clue
what
was just talking about
you
that.
probably crossed, because I was like the top.
But you got
I'm just saying I was the top server.
But you got to understand, for me at
By
that
the host.
time, I was managing Maya. I was managing Rockwilder. Clue was my best friend even at that time. I was working with various people. And I had just survived a dude trying to kill me not that long prior, and it took me time to walk again. So when I would go places, I was always there, but I was over there in the back,
Got it.
chilling. So when everybody was mixy, if I walked in with Maya, I was on Maya's hip like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when I walked in with Clue, I'm in the booth with Clue. If Game was there at that time and we go inside with Game, I'm chilling with Game section. I'm not mixy.
Right.
Even to this day, I'm not mixy. People got to come over to me. So I always was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just staying out the limelight.
Cherry Lounge, by the way, big up. I wish
That was the one of the
remake that.
illest. That was one of the illest.
Yo, I used to make like 2,500 a night.
Yo,
by the
Harlem.
hosting.
I don't even know how they survived in Harlem at that time, and it was. I mean, the parking lot. Remember
But what kind of used to hurt us is niggas really didn't. Guys didn't really want to go too much, because remember it was a dead end.
Yeah,
and
people
didn't like that.
They didn't like that.
Oh,
and that's when niggas
remember
parked
that.
there. No, it was a dead end. But because it was a dead end, made it rocking when niggas was there. Because when niggas came OT, they didn't give a fuck about a dead end. They was like, this is lit because the security's here. They were looking at it totally different than the gang niggas. Because back then, people didn't understand the Bloods was already in fucking New York at that time. The Bloods was in Cherry Lounge like a motherfucker.
Everybody was in Cherry Lounge.
Everybody. The Bloods was in there
Bruce
crazy.
Willis was in Cherry Lounge.
Everybody. Me and Clue just talked about that shit in fucking Puerto Rico. He was like, yo, Cherry Lounge. Yo, Ran. He called me Ran. Of course, he's like, yo, Ran. Yo, that shit was popping. I was like, yo, I forgot you own that shit.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like that's that. When I come back, I got that job. I was working there. Yeah. I don't know if you ever heard of the Den.
Yeah. No, I don't know the Den.
You remember the Den with Al?
I don't know the Den.
Al owned it.
Wait, is that in Midtown?
No, it's in Harlem.
No, I didn't know.
It was like, so the brownstone, the garden level, it was a lounge. And then you go down further in the basement, we had a white leather VIP room.
Wow,
a lot of actors used to come.
That's the type of shit I'm about to start throwing. I'm about to start throwing.
It was
party.
like a type of speakeasy type of vibe.
I'm about to start throwing a speakeasy
then.
party for. And I just told Jim Jones and Clue, and I was like, remember when we had spots where we all could congregate and there wasn't no riffraff? I'm about to do that right now.
I'm never gonna forget Keith Davis used to come. I always wanted to act. It was so much that I've wanted to do, and I just feel like right now God is just like, everything that I wanted to do,
you can do
that
it
I
now.
couldn't do it because I had so much responsibilities. I couldn't take risks because you could take a risk when you ain't got responsibilities that's going to be affected by that risk that you're taking, which my boys would have been affected if I would have came out here. You know, the acting and all of that, it's risk. You ain't going to be making money in the beginning. So Keith Davis came in, and I had just did this prank on the owners, and I was acting like I was pregnant. I was crying. I was dancing in distress. And they were so taken back. They believed me. So they was like, yo, why aren't you acting? Like, you really just played a whole role just now. I had everybody in there about to put money together because you want to do an abortion, da-da-da. Keith Davis came the next day. They told him, Keith Davis, I can't believe that I was even talking to that man. And he was like, I tell you what, I'm going to send you a monologue.
Film
recite
it, and send it
learn
back.
it, and send it back. I never did it.
Me neither. I did. I had a chance to do that too for the dude that managed Channing Tatum, and Channing Tatum is somebody else. He told me you gonna be the next Denzel, and I did the monologue. No, I'm lying. I did the monologue, and he wanted me to talk country on it. And I sent it back. It was trash. and then it was. It was trash.
Oh, you say you did it and it was trash.
It was trash because I wasn't taking it seriously like I should.
And it's an art to that, man.
And then he asked me, he was like, yo, and this goes back to when I was making all that money. He was like, yo, I'll send you to acting class. And I was like, I'm making six figures, $300,000 a year. Why the fuck am I going to go to acting class? My frontal, I
wasn't open.
I wasn't ready.
That's I always think like, damn, Laura. But again, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And right now, again, I ain't got money like that, but I feel it, I touch it, I see it. Like, you know, with the brand, with Coffee Uplifts People, I know by next year it's gonna be fucking crazy. I have my personal brand, Mora. I have my online store. You know, it's just so many things. And I'm starting acting class. I have 2 monologues that I need to learn and recite. It's just focusing and making the times to do this and stop looking for, but I got this going on. Ain't no sleep. No. Right now, I'm hustle mode. I'm grind mode. Everybody that I'm not calling, I'm so sorry. Everybody that texts and I take 2 weeks. That's you can't apologize for that. You got to do better than that. But I be mentally responding while I'm doing something.
Okay.
She does.
You got to
mentally respond to all my messages.
You got to do better than fucking mentally respond.
Have you ever responded and didn't press send?
That's a woman thing.
Laura, you got to do better.
I do.
Only women do that.
Really
Men don't do
have
that.
to do better.
You got to do better. I saw Busta Rhymes talk about, and I'm not saying Busta Rhymes is the top of the heap like he's Drake, but Busta Rhymes is super duper busy. He's on tour. He's been famous for a long time, and the number one thing I saw him say on a publication, and I know him like that, and I know he does do this. I get back to everybody. That's key. I get back to everybody.
Right away though.
I get back to that's the money.
I do, but just not that second.
That's the money though. That's what you're missing. The money is in the text messaging for you, and the money is in the DMs. I know niggas are sending pictures in the DMs, but the money is in the DMs too. That's how you make the money to supplement what we're not making on this camera.
You're right.
What advice you have for Brittany Renner?
Yo, you know what's so crazy? I knew you was gonna bring that.
Of course.
I was just when on my way here, I was on Instagram because that's the only time I really have to look. And I saw a show that she did, and first of all, she's a very interesting woman. And I don't like to speak on people because I don't know what's going on mentally. I don't know what her background is. I don't know where she came from. I don't know what trials and tribulations she's been through to get her to be where she's at. But I think she's just trying to prove I don't give a fuck what you say or do about me. Because regardless, whatever I do, you're going to talk about it. And so are we talking about the situation now? Because she has had a lot of questions.
Charleston White.
Yes.
Because you know that's considered.
Tell him, Heineken.
That could be sexual assault.
And it's crazy because that thought came through my mind. It was kind of like it took me back to the situation with Silky and White.
That's what Heineken said.
Same thing.
And again, listen, I be having 20 thoughts at one time, but that was one of the thoughts, and I was just
like,
press
no charges.
Because I saw he was like this, and he was going like this.
Suki did not, but
they got to keep the same energy.
He gotta be careful. Listen, and she gotta be careful with Charleston White because he's a.
Oh, he gonna make an example of you.
He gonna make an example of her.
Make an example of her.
Exactly.
He wants her to go. He'll be like, I put her in jail. I did it.
Yeah.
She sexually harassed me, and all the men.
And out of all the people, I didn't understand it. Like as I'm watching it in the car here, I'm like.
People told me she was drunk, Laura, but
and that's another or drugs.
But
I don't know.
I got a theory. I got a theory of people who act out like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what's my theory when they do that? Do you
Their
remember?
money's fucked up.
Their money's fucked up.
And that's another thing I was gonna say. This day, clout and viral, and these are the things that people, and this is what is bringing her money. These viral moments have shows that now want to talk to you because let's talk about this.
She's
now
hosting. Niggas want to see that.
Now I
pussy.
want to do exactly like.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's her way of fuck it. I'm gonna make my money, and this is what I gotta do. But then it goes back to I saw one comment like, "Yo, you got a son." And he's gonna see that later on.
How about the effects of Kim Kardashian and the
On-
baby?
Listen-
and how but this is the double standard of what I'm saying when it comes to the money, right? This is all money based.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian went on camera and said, "I don't think that my sex tape is having that big of effect on my kid."
Of course it will. You have daughters.
When it doesn't matter, daughter, kids, or whatever.
And
All you
boys,
gotta
too.
do is be teased in the school by another
It's up.
kid, and it affects. If the kid is taking time to tease you on your mama's sex tape before Kanye, we know something's wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
This is the problem. Your father bugging out and being rich. Niggas got bugged out rich fathers all day.
And that's what I'm
Niggas
saying.
don't got their mama getting slutted out on a video for everybody to see for the rest of their life. That is a mental thing
But the
that's
crazy
going
part
on.
is that, but she's making it as if the kids are going to be more affected
By
by
Kanye.
Kanye's behavior. And I'm
No.
like, yo, you both, it's the same, and not taking nothing away from
And-
Kim Kardashian. I think, listen,
But here's the
get
thing
your
we
money,
forget.
like, whatever. But
Don't be up there
don't,
capping.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what, and then.
Do not come and cap in front of my face and think that you're getting slutted out by Ray J is not going to affect
Right.
other people.
And not even Ray J, because there's other
Nah, but
conversations that go around about.
the tape is because you
know.
got to understand it was different when a kid could get bullied in school. It was just in that time frame. If you got any level of social media, it's 24 hours.
Yo,
They're
I'm
gonna
gonna pull
bully
your
you.
mama up.
So-
I'm gonna pull your
so
mama
this
up
is-
right now.
I'm
Keep
so
playing
glad
with
you
me.
guys spoke about this, because this takes back to the beginning of this interview when you guys asked me when I'm on lip service why I'm always thinking so much before. My mind be on my boys are going to see this. And that one
That's
viral
fair.
short that where I spoke about his father, and you know when they do shorts, the clips, it's only grabbing that one part.
Yeah.
It's not giving the
full
whole
content.
You preaching to the choir. They
So-
don't even care, Laura.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. So it was like, that's why too, like I had to get more comfortable and then had to have a conversation with my son, because that would be also like, Laura, remember, you have a son, and he doesn't watch it, but his friends watch it. And the way he found out about that viral video that went out, somebody saw it and sent it to
That's your
his
mom.
father. His father sent it to him, and I'm like,
As he
why would
should.
you do?
Because
why?
He needs to be
you know
aware.
why? Because
He
you know
gotta be
why?
prepared.
Because you know why?
He did say that.
Because you know why? That's why you sent him to his daddy at 12.
No,
His
not that one. I'm talking about my 22-year-old.
That's even more.
Same thing.
But
I
he has to
raised-
spend
I
time with his
raised that
father
baby.
too.
Well, he-
But then you say the 22-year-old spent time with his father too, right or wrong?
No, hold on. Y'all didn't let me finish with that. I left him there, but his family took care
That's
of
still
him.
the same.
Same
That is
thing.
not the
His
same
Yes,
thing.
it is.
Family,
That
yes,
is not.
it is.
That's his-
Listen,
His daddy family,
I
yes,
sacrificed
it is.
for my son.
We're not.
to be in his
going off
father's
topic.
life.
You going off topic.
Okay,
You going
but
off
they
topic.
could have, and that's fine. But what the mature and the right thing to do, and out of respect to me, send it to me like, yo, you need to talk. Don't again, because it was just
That's
no.
a man
First
thing.
of all, you take that boy and make him a girl. You put him with his mama,
Yep.
and his father's going viral. Yo, let me send you what's going on with your father, and we need to have a talk about this, nigga, before you even see it.
Yep.
I
That's
didn't-
exactly what happened.
And
But
that's what
But
and
the
that's what his
conversation
father
didn't go
did.
like that. The conversation, and again, not to get too much.
Look
into
at this
it.
bitch.
Listen.
Look at this bitch.
So when I had
This
the
is your
conversation
mama.
with my son, you know, when he like ma this video, and I talked to him and I gave him the context of what I was saying, I was like, and maybe that's something I do want you to watch that episode, because you're around here fucking these little girls and they don't know they body.
Yo,
they don't know
Okay.
themselves. They don't. You know.
It's been great. Laura Mora is dope.
Yeah.
Lip service. We're gonna do a part 2 at Coffee Uplifts People.
Yes.
Damn.
That's they brick and mortar. Although you're not gonna have us on lip service, we still gonna support
Stop.
y'all
We
too.
listen. I'm gonna work on that. Dan owe me a favor.
Like,
anyway.
subscribe.
Let's do it.
Like, subscribe. Super thanks. Follow Laura Mora. She's on the gram. You know what I'm saying?
And those are her real thighs.
I have Coffee Uplifts People. Make sure you guys come check me out. Bedford and Gates in Bed-Stuy. It's literally done
I
on
know
the
where it's
same
at.
block of the famous Biggie mural. Also, I have a show that's coming on soon. I'm going to be filming. It's Real Conversations with Mora. You guys will definitely be on that.
Okay.
It's going to be on Discover Network.
Yeah, you
want to
told
talk
me
to you
about
guys
it.
about
I bet.
that.
She told me about
we gonna be on TV?
Yeah, so I'm doing that.
They might want to fuck with us too. We gonna see. She gonna work it out for us.
She make that happen. She
can't
can't
work
it
And
out.
I was going to ask you, do you... Cause
You told me. You talked to me about it.
No, Discover Networks. We'll get to that.
We're
But
talking
so Wilmere Boutique will be relaunching really soon, and my sweatsuit line is coming out as well. And check me out. I'm gonna be in somebody movie, baby.
Okay.
You need to
I
come
don't
out with
even
your
care
own
if it's a
sneaker
Tubi
line.
movie. I'm there.
BagFuel. We back, and I'm just letting y'all know, ain't nobody gonna outwork us after we come back from Labor Day. 16 episodes we about to kill. We ain't gonna do nothing but work. Ain't no outside no more. We been outside. Y'all know we lit outside. Now it's time to stay inside and bang
And
niggas up.
congrats to y'all.
across
I
their
ain't gonna
head.
lie, because I saw it from the beginning and I see where it's at now, and I give it to both of
Niggas
you.
doubted.
Y'all
Niggas
was
counted us out,
consistent.
Laura.
I never counted
Whoever
you guys
counted
out.
us out can't fucking count.
They're like, it's over for them niggas.